You're listening to Fear in the Southwest podcast. This is Drew.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Lewis.
Hope you all ready to be creeped out today. I like this board. It fades out on its own. I was going back to,
I know,
that's
I
right.
saw you.
I was like,
Don't touch
oh,
it,
that's
don't touch it."
right. Don't touch it.
Bad hand.
No, this board don't need it. That board, yes. This board, no. Anyways, welcome back, all of our spooky friends. We got a interesting, pretty personal topic today. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about our haunted house. Mm-hmm. And that's the dogs, not the ghost.
Yeah. Whatever that sounds.
So, yeah. Steph, when did you buy this house?
So I bought this house in 2017, and I was told it was built in 1947. I met the owners who had lived here for 30 years. The thing is, they were snowbirds. So they lived here most of the year, and then for the summer, they would take off to South Dakota. That's where they were from. So they only lived here part of the year.
And what are some of the things you first noticed at the house?
One of the first things I noticed is when I moved in, I had all the animals at my dad's house. That way, while I was moving furniture and stuff in, the dogs wouldn't get out, And when I came here, they left this table. We have this steel cooking table here. They had left that here. So when I came in with some boxes, I was going to put them on that table, and I thought I saw a cat. And I thought, oh, it's Yoshi. Don't trip on the cat. And then when I almost dropped the boxes, I realized, wait, Yoshi's not here. He's with my dad. So it started with seeing animals first. My very first night here, I didn't have a bed. So I slept on some sleeping bags on the floor. And what's now my son's room used to have carpet. And I was asleep, and I heard someone jiggling the doorknob. And I got scared. I got freaked out. I was like, oh my God, does someone else have keys to this house and is trying to get in? What is it? And I got so scared I even called my dad, I think someone's trying to break into my house already. And after a few minutes, it stopped, and then I was able to go to sleep. So within the first few hours of moving into here, I was like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, this house
Makes some weird noises.
It does. Yeah. It makes a lot of weird noises.
What's some of the first vibes you guys got?
The first time I was here, I didn't think anything about it. Second time, started hearing rustling from up above the little archway. And I was like, okay, the cat's either out playing or a vent is clogged. Not knowing any history of the house. And they say, oh no, that's just our friendly ghost. I'm like, what the?
That's Casper.
Yes.
What about you, Jason?
I remember the first time I was over here, we were getting ready to podcast, and heard a little bit of thumping. I was like, the hell was that? You two, oh, that's just a ghost acting up. Don't worry about it.
We're all super casual about it. Oh my gosh, just ghosty checking in.
My first thought was, oh, okay, it's just that. Wait, what? My HD came to a screeching halt on that and said, hold up. Before we get sidetracked by nothing else, can we go back to the subject? That's why I had to ask him, what do you mean by that's just your ghost?
Just the ghost. We try not to feed it too much attention because it feeds off of it, but...
Well, according to Ghostbusters, the second movie, if you feed enough good energy, you'll get good results.
It's true. So I think that the house looks out for me because one time the alarm was going off, the smoke alarm, the dying battery.
Yeah.
It was going off at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I had to figure out which alarm it was. So I came in here and I turned on the light, and right away the dogs go running to the front and they're barking all crazy and everything. Find the alarm, take the battery out, go back to bed, get ready for work, go out to my car. Someone broke into my car. They had started taking stuff, but you could tell they abruptly stopped. So part of me thinks that's when the alarm went off. And if I hadn't turned on all the lights,
They probably would have
It
continued.
was
They would've
just
gotten
weird.
everything.
It was just weird that it happened that morning.
But do you know who the ghost might be?
You know? I don't.
Nothing certain as far as identifying who the spirit might be. But the history of the house kind of sets a really dark vibe.
Yeah, and like I said, I've lived here since 2017. The neighbor behind me grew up in this neighborhood. She actually lived in the house next door where my best friend lived. And
Now she lives behind
I
us.
would talk to her. I talked to her through the fence. I've been over to her house a couple times. She's a really nice lady, and I've always had conversations with her, and she's never told me anything other than she grew up here. But our fence got knocked over with the monsoon, and she had asked for some help. And so I said, well, it is part of our fence because we share a fence. I was like, why don't you go over? And she told him some stuff that she's never told me.
Okay.
And there was probably a reason, but
And it's pretty bad.
Was it a murder?
okay, no. But
I really wish it was.
actually, I think a murder would probably be
I would
more
be more at peace.
more
if
at
it were
peace.
a murder.
Okay, I think we need to get to the meat
Yeah.
and
Okay.
potatoes of this. Of what's going on?
warning for
Yeah.
any sensitive. This is a trigger subject. So I go over and we're looking at the fence and she starts talking to me. Oh yeah, the person who used to live in this house prior to the previous, like one of the first owners of this house, was actually a well-known artist in Tucson, and I forget his name.
That's okay.
We'll leave out his name because it's weird and I forgot it. Anyways, he has artwork at the Mission. He has artwork at the U of A. I mean, so he was a renowned artist in this city at that time, and she even has one of his artworks in her house, and she was showing it to me. I'm like, oh okay, and I don't remember how the subject actually came up, and I was like, yeah, I really don't know a whole lot of the history of the house, and she's like, oh.
Let me fill you in.
Let me fill you in on that. And I kind of wish I didn't. Okay, so she goes on to tell me this artist was caught molesting little boys in the house.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he would bring boys
He
here.
was bringing boys here.
And yeah.
So I get this information. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, well, we didn't know that. So I come back, and how would you describe my face trying to tell you what I just learned about the house?
I don't know. It's like when you find out something and you have to break the news to someone and you don't want to. Kinda
Oh
look.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
when
that
somebody
makes-
dies.
Yeah,
or-
someone dies or you found out some information. Yeah. And,
It was, I did not know how to, I was like, well, this one's kind of a tough one,
yeah,
but
and I've seen her so many times and she's never.
she never mentioned it. And she told me she lived there and all that stuff. And then she's like, she didn't like talking. It obviously made her uncomfortable telling me, but like she told me.
And
I
this
was
was
like,
one of the first houses in the neighborhood. It was like the second house in this little subdivision.
Yeah.
And it was more ranch style homes back then.
yeah, this was one of the
And a
early.
lot of landscaping, like desert landscaping.
Yeah, this was one of the first. I saw the old plot design.
Yeah, we were able
So we
to find everything.
So we started doing research. I'm like, okay, now I want to kind of try to obviously with any paranormal or stuff too, you want to debunk, you want to validate facts from stories. So I start digging through whatever documents I can find online from the city, and sure enough, this artist's name came up on this house as the first purchaser of this house. And then I'm like, oh, there it is. Okay, so now I can confirm the artist was here.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you guys the darker vibe of this house that we found out last year.
Yeah, we found out last summer.
And
And I've been here. This will be my 7th year here.
But
How
did
did-
any of the kids die here?
No, but it still harbors bad energy.
yeah.
Oh, bad energy can
Yeah, it can
attract
transfer. Yeah.
outside of.
Mhm.
Did
So
this artist go to jail or anything? Or
We tried looking at this up, but this probably occurred in the 60s, and so a lot of information's not available. We were lucky to find what we did on the house.
Yeah,
More
there
than
was-
likely a lot
And
of
it's
the
very
old.
vague. Like this house was originally sold for $6,000.
Yeah. Something like, whoa.
Yeah, $6,000.
Yeah, not everything from way back in the day was transferred into a digital storage, so it's still all old papers, and the ink and the paper itself has deteriorated.
No,
over
you could see
time,
like this.
so-
It was like scanned in too.
Yeah, but you know when you try to scan something in that's that old,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
a sudden you get more black on it. It starts to make it illegible, and it's like, what's going on here? I mean, the page itself didn't look that bad, but it's because of the quality of the paper has deteriorated so much. You don't notice when you're holding it, but as soon as you put it digital, it's like, okay. Should probably start over and do this by
And
hand.
it took some digging just to get to what we did find. Like it.
Well, anything related to a police investigation or someone being arrested tends to make it a little harder to
Yeah,
get the information
I was
from
trying
public
to find
sources.
old newspaper articles too. And
Yeah,
like,
we
like
were-
I said, we don't even know what year this happened, but based on talking to her age and everything, it's probably in the 60s that this happened.
Yeah. So we pinpointed, yes, he did live here. We also noticed a few things from the design of the house. We're like, oh, they changed that.
Yeah,
Like the back laundry room was. That was actually the back door right there.
even just like
Ah.
watching ghost shows, ghost stories, a lot of places that are haunted, even though they've only had one thing occur, you know, there's still a lot of that energy of bad things that have happened there.
Residuals and.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so that, that being said, it kind of gives you a unsettling feeling. I know when I found out, I was like, my heart went. I was like, oh my god. Like I said, I kind of wish someone actually got murdered instead of, because
Yeah, because that way then you would have been able to identify, whether it was the murder victim or it could have been like a murder suicide. The guy didn't want to get caught. Could have been one of his victims or him.
I just
But
think
now you don't know what entity could have came in. I mean, so far we noticed it's friendly. It's nothing doing anything malicious.
For now.
Quit it with the harping of the bad. We're keeping
But I
positive.
have had weird dreams. I have had some freaky ass dreams of people staring at me, and I wake up like completely freaked out. I dreamt one time that when I woke up, I could see someone floating next to me, and it was someone hanging.
Oh,
And
no.
I closed my eyes really quick, and then I woke up again, and it was gone. And I was like, "Was I dreaming? What the hell was that?" You know?
yeah, there's some weird instances like that. Like I've gone to bed and I'll see a figure go through the room and then disappear.
Okay, I've never had those kind of dreams. I've had weird dreams, but they're military related. Nothing like that.
But yeah, so the cabinet's open. It likes playing with dishes.
Yeah, I remember that one time too. It was like the third or fourth visit I was here. All of a sudden, I heard like a bit of a squeak and was like, "What's that?" And I happened to notice that a cabinet I remember seeing before was closed. All of a sudden, was now ajar. And it's like, okay, well, whatever. And I'm not thinking anything of it. Then I hear a little tinkling noise, and all three of us just look over, and I'm like, "What the?" And I remember you. I believe it was you. He goes, "Oh, he's just playing with the dishes. Don't worry about him." I'm like, okay. Putting that out of my mind now. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we on the Fear in the Southwest YouTube, we did with the old team a investigation, and
There was nothing.
there was nothing. The whole thing, it just was like, nope, not doing it. Okay, I'm like that's fine. We got nothing that night, but
Oh, probably went on vacation.
But I did end up having someone live here that I did not want to live here. It was just someone that was going to transition to another home. They just had 3 weeks, and it ended up being like 5 months.
Oh,
And I couldn't get this person to move out. I couldn't get them to leave. And it's like whatever was here knew that me and this person were not good with each other. And I'd be at work and he would message me, "Your house just did this. This just happened to..." Like, he had so many weird things happen to him. And I thought,
Well,
Well, it's
eventually he's going to leave.
at the time we had... I do have the gate still, but at the time I used to close them. And he had a brand new Jeep. And he's trying to get his Jeep out and the gate came and poof, just closed right on him. I was like, oh, it's wind. There was no wind that day. There was just stuff that would happen to him.
Yep.
So the ghost didn't even like him.
No.
Like I said, so far it's a rather friendly entity. As long as we keep the positivity up, hopefully should balance out all the negative that was here and promote more friendlies and keep away the bads.
I like that theory.
That's a good one.
I heard on one of the ghost hunting shows or some paranormal thing. It was one of those paranormal researchers or maybe Unsolved Mysteries or something. One of those documentary things I watched one time. I was bored as hell and, oh, this looks interesting, and just ended up watching it.
I was bored as hell.
Sorry, ADHD kicks in. It's like, I don't want to watch cartoons. I don't want to watch no drama. I don't want to watch no comedies.
No, I get that.
Oh, documentary. Yeah. Oh, this looks interesting. Okay. And set half my brain to watching that, the other half to doing something else, and away I go. Literally, it's the only way I can function is as long as half my brain is doing something else. It's the only way. That's how I manage my ADHD. I gotta have half my brain doing something else.
He doesn't even function then.
So yeah, the history of the house is dark. We've all experienced the weird noises. We've seen the apparitions.
Having
think-
strangers come in, like the delivery
Oh, yeah.
guy that came in.
Yeah, so we had a bed delivered.
Yeah, I had a bed delivered about 2 years ago, and the guy walks in, and he kind of looks at the house, but he gets to this hallway right here. This
He makes it like
doorway,
5 feet into the house.
And right here, he's like, "This house is haunted as fuck, huh?" And I just like, "Why do you say that?" He's like, "I can feel it." I'm like, "Well, is it the aesthetic? You know, I kind of have some funky stuff there." He's like, "No, there's something here." He's like, "I've seen ghosts since I was 8." And him and that guy got that bed. That was the fastest I've ever seen them put a bed together.
They were like,
And then
"We're
they
out."
got
Don't y'all want your tip?
Like they
I got one for you. Move.
the other guy was like out the door with all the plastic, everything. They're like, "Bye, have a good day." And I was like, "You're that haunted?"
Maybe
Thank
we're
you.
just used to it.
Yeah. Oh, I had one of my friends. She used to stay here a lot because she lived out of town, and I had a couch on this side, and we were here eating breakfast. I made her breakfast, and she was like, "Oh, I swear, I just saw someone sitting on your couch," because she did that double take thing. And she used to hear stuff and see stuff when she'd house sit for me.
You're looking strange there, Andrew.
I swear I heard the baby.
No.
Okay. I don't know what I heard. Maybe the chair
I think
squeaking.
it's your chair. Your chair's been making a lot of noise.
Nah,
You probably
chair.
need to tighten it.
probably do. Oh, I'm sitting on the old chair. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we've had doors opening, weird dreams. Wake up in the middle of the night, weird shit. Or even before I go to bed, I'll turn off like that one night I just saw it staring at me. Then I pulled out an app on my phone and I'm all like,
Yeah. Like
I've gotten
two
some
birds
weird-
or something.
I've gotten some weird shit. I don't know the credibility of that, but I was like, that's really odd.
Well, I guess this one time I was really angry. I was getting dressed for work, and I had a candle lit. And it's a candle the person, the realtor gave me as a welcome home gift. She gave me a basket. And, you know, I'm doing my hair, and this candle just shatters, and the glass goes everywhere.
Damn.
And it was weird.
Sure, that was the ghost, not you.
Right? It was kind of creepy. I was just there, like, doing my hair, and then it just went, psh, like, just shattered.
I'd be sitting
And
there
it was
thinking,
one of
did I
those
just have a
thick
carry moment?
glass.
I've seen that happen though,
Like,
without any
that was
candles are not always the most reliable.
No.
So
True.
But the way it shattered,
But also, if you're in an environment that has had hauntings or has had a lot of ghostly vibes, we'll say.
was the candle even lit?
Yeah.
the heat from the candle could have caused that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just like
but
the
just really
weirdest
strange.
moment, the weirdest timing to do it.
But how full was the candle? Like, was the flame at the very tippy top of the thing, or was
no,
it
I've
down
been burned
further?
a couple times, so it was like
About like 3/4 of the way
Yeah.
down, a quarter of the way down, or something.
it was a fairly new
Okay, well
candle.
that yeah, like you saying, it could have been that. The heating and cooling of the glass can sometimes make it weak, and it could eventually shatter. Though usually they try to use more of a tempered glass to avoid.
They
that.
usually crack before they just shatter.
Like it was a
Yeah.
very thick, and I could
Yeah, like
feel
I said,
the
it's a
glass.
tempered.
Luckily, I was wearing pants, and I could feel the glass like hit.
Jeez.
Like it was weird.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's weird
normally
timing.
explode like that.
Now, would you guys think this house is haunted first time walking in here?
No?
No, not until the first episode of feeling that weird vibe and noticing the weird noises. That's when I had a clue of, okay, that's weird. Although initially I was thinking, no, it's an old house. They make noises. It's typical. But then, of course, the cabinet just opening on its own and the dishes tingling around in there with no wind circulation strong enough to do that. I started getting an inkling of there's something funky going on. Because normally
But you always think there's something funky going on, though.
how often am I right about it though?
Not very. And you know I'm right.
I know. I don't know. I have a bit of a conspiracy in me. What can I say? Conspiracy nut in me, I should say. That still didn't come out right, did it?
You did it to yourself.
I know. Good old laugh track.
So yeah, now that the house has dark history, friendly ghost, who on occasion likes to remind us that it's around,
Yeah,
but nothing really malicious.
exactly. As long as it's not malevolent or malicious, we'll be good.
There goes Jason trying to use the big words again.
Hey, at least I said it right this time. I like to keep the positivity going, man. If I got to go and make fun of myself to get the levity up, I will do it. Done it my entire career in life.
Again with the big words.
What, levity? That's not a big word.
It is for you.
I think we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, we are.
You two want to jump back in anytime?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. We'll have to do another like thorough investigation.
Yeah.
This time we'll have to maybe.
I think one of these times that we do it, you guys will be here, and I'll just go to a store or something for a little bit, see if it acts up, and then
because it's
kind of compare.
see what happens when she's here versus not. Come back, we're raving with the ghost. We'll have like a dance party and shit.
Having a joint with the ghost.
We're all like, sup? Wasn't my idea. It was this guy's idea. I
We
don't
found out
remember.
who it was. It was a stoner from the 60s. Man.
Jason's high on the couch. Who's high? I'm over like,
No, if I take a doobie, I'll be in the bathroom praying to the porcelain god.
He'll be in the bathroom. We conked out. My luck, they'll trip me acid on accident instead of smoking. I'm just be like, everything's fucking weird.
I can taste the colors.
I can taste the colors. I can see the sounds.
It's even better when you can hear the flavor.
Sizzling. Damn, this ghost had the hookup. Oh man, I gotta go to work.
The bowling machines will have to wait.
Yep. So yeah, that's our creepy house. Any other observations you guys want to mention?
No, I mean, pretty much everything you said and everything we've said is pretty much what we've all observed, so. No. Oh, we definitely have to do a more thorough investigation.
Lights out, flashlights. We need a recorder. Ooh, I need to get us a digital recorder. Yeah, so we can get voices.
Uh-oh, he's nerding out again.
Yep.
Yep, nerding out again.
When does he not nerd out?
True. Fact.
He's got a point.
Last week when he saw the new board,
Ah, yeah.
he geeked out for a week.
Still geeky now. What are you talking about?
That's all he talked about.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can you say? It's a good board.
It's a great board.
Good house.
Good. He's like, the ghost like, you're just talking now. You're talking about the board. Good house. It's a great house. Hey, house has got character. You know what?
That is true.
Keeps us on our toes a little bit.
Okay, Andrew,
No.
stop with the chair because that was just a little freaky there.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear nothing. I think my ears are getting clogged again. No, I'm actually being serious. That wasn't a joke. I mean, due to the change in weather, sometimes my ears
Did
get
your
clogged.
ears ever unclog?
I don't know. Do you ever wear a headphone the right way?
Hey, I'm doing this so I can actually hear the baby monitor.
Okay.
So somebody can keep an eye on the baby. So, huh.
All right.
All right. Well, this was a fun episode.
Yes.
We're gonna have fun trying to sleep tonight because now that it knows we're talking about it again, activity's gonna go up.
More than likely.
Always does.
You'll be all right.
Thanks for listening to Fear in the Southwest podcast. Stay spooky. This is Drew.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Lewis.
Stay creepy.
Stay creepy.